Hello students, and welcome back to another value education video. Today we'll be talking about peer pressure, and I know that right now in this situation you all might not be facing exactly the same things that I'll be talking about, but in your own way there are peer pressures that happen every day. Maybe even right now you feel the pressure of using your phone all the time. It's part of peer pressure. So in this video you'll find out what exactly it is and how you can deal with it. I hope you enjoy the video. So today let's talk about peer pressure. What is peer pressure? So it is wanting to feel part of something and something that can put pressure on you to act in a certain way. You could be experiencing peer pressure if you are acting in certain ways because you want to be accepted by the people you hang out with, or you might be doing something you wouldn't normally do or aren't doing something you are supposed to do. So this is what peer pressure does. It's basically putting pressure on you to do something that you're not supposed to do, or doing extra of something that you already do. Peer pressure can influence the way you dress and or you wear your hair, the activities that you get involved in, the music that you listen to, or who your friends are, and the pressure to act in a certain way it can happen in a direct fashion, which means someone telling you what you should do. Indirect, like your group of friends might do certain activities together that you're unlikely to do outside of the group. Or self-motivated, which is putting pressure on yourself to fit in with your friendship groups. So those are the three ways that this pressure can affect you. So who are your friends? Your friends or your peers are people your age or close to it because they have similar experiences and interests as yours. You and your friends make dozens of decisions every day, and you influence each other's choices and behaviors. So besides your close friends, your peers include other kids also. So someone maybe who is of your own age, people from the other class or some sports team, or even from your surroundings, maybe your colony, etc. So these are your friends. These are usually who we make friends with. So now let's look into the comparison between positive peer pressure and negative peer pressure. Peer pressure could influence a young person to become involved in sports. This involvement could be positive, leading to an exposure to healthy lifestyles and role models. So, when we have positive peer pressure, it could lead us to get involved in a sport that will help us to have role models and improve our lifestyle. This will also eventually lead the person to become a positive role model for themselves. Negative peer pressure is that the same person or the same peer pressure could lead the same person to over-identify with sports, putting exercise and competition above everything else. So if taken to an extreme, they may develop an exercise addiction, and that could even cause the person to neglect schoolwork, and social activities. Ultimately, use exercise and competition in sports as the main outlet for coping with the stresses of life. So, this is the difference between positive and negative peer pressure. Let's look into the types of peer pressure. We'll see 4 types of peer pressures today. First one, spoken peer pressure. Spoken peer pressure is when a teenager asks, suggests, persuades, or otherwise directs another to engage in a specific behavior. So this can be on a one-to-one basis or even in a group setting. So if this is done in a one-to-one environment, the recipient of the influence has a stronger chance of adhering to his or her own co-values or beliefs. So if it is done on a one-to-one basis, the person has a higher chance to follow what their true beliefs are. Whereas if it is done in a group setting, the pressure to go along with the group is larger or immense. Second one is unspoken peer pressure. With unspoken peer pressure, a teenager is exposed to the actions of one or more peers and is left to choose whether they want to follow along. So this could take the form of fashion choices or personal interactions or joining types of behavior, like joining a particular club or group of friends or a certain team. And many a times we may lack the ability to control the impulse and make wise long-term decisions. So because of this, many teens are more susceptible to influence from older or more popular friends. So basically, in this kind of peer pressure, it doesn't necessarily have to be that a person is speaking to you directly and then you get influenced. It also means that if you're exposed to a certain kind of action that is done by a peer group, you tend to follow that. So let's look at the type of peer pressures. The first one, direct peer pressure. So what is direct peer pressure? It is normally behavior centric, okay, which means that when someone hands, it could be like a behavior that happens when someone hands another a drink or looks at another student's paper during a test. The other person is put in a position of having to make an on-the-spot decision. So that is the direct peer pressure. Whereas indirect peer pressure means that it is a subtle but can still exert a strong influence on an impressionable young person. So when someone overhears a friend gossiping about another person, then reacts to that gossip, is indirect peer pressure. Or even if a middle schooler learns that the popular kids parties include alcohol or other things that are not supposed to happen, then that indirect pressure may prompt them to experiment as a way to gain acceptance. Okay, so that is direct and indirect peer pressure. So now, after learning the 4 types of peer pressures, let's learn how to deal with peer pressure. I'm sure that everyone ends up in some kind of a sticky peer pressure situation at some point. And no matter how wisely you choose your friends or how well you think you know them, sooner or later you'll have to make the decisions that are difficult and could be unpopular. So these situations can be opportunities to figure out what is right for you. So let us look at a few ways to deal with peer pressure. The first one is listen to your gut. So now what does that mean? So if you feel uncomfortable or if your friends seem to be okay with what's going on, it means that something about the situation is wrong for you. This kind of decision making is part of becoming self-reliant and learning more about who you are. So that's when you listen to your gut. So it's like a gut feeling that it comes that you feel that it's wrong, but everyone around you feels it's right. The next one is plan for a pressure situation. If you'd like to go to a party, but you believe that you may feel tempted to do something that you're not supposed to over there, think ahead about how you'll handle this challenge and decide ahead of time. Maybe even rehearse this situation prior to going to the party. Okay? So the next one is learn to feel comfortable saying no. With good friends, you should never have the feeling to offer an explanation or an apology for saying anything. But if you feel you need an excuse for say turning something down, or thinking to think up a few lines that you can casually use, maybe you can say no thanks, I've got a test tomorrow, so I have to like really work hard, so I can't come tonight. So something like that, you work out sentences where you have to where you can say no in a nice way, but you need to know that you can feel comfortable to say no. And if those friends are your really close friends, then they will not have a problem with it. Next one, hang around with people who feel the same way you do. So choose friends who will speak up with you when you are in need of moral support, and be quick to speak up for a friend in the same way. If you're hearing that little voice telling you situation's not right, chances are that others hear it too. Just having that one person to stand with you against peer pressure makes it much easier for both the people to resist. So, have somebody who you'd be able to connect with in the same mindsets or who has same values as you, so that if there's a peer pressure, you both can work together to handle it. The last one is if nothing else works out, you can just blame your parents. For example, are you kidding? If my mom finds out, she'll kill me. And her spies are everywhere. So I can't come to the party. So maybe you can do that. So today we learned 5 ways in which you can deal with peer pressure. First one is listen to your gut. Second, plan for possible peer pressure situations. Third, learn to feel comfortable saying no. Fourth, hang with people who feel the same way you do. And fifth, blame your parents. Let's end with a quote, and I hope you feel that these ways and this would be able to help you in dealing with a situation that has to do with peer pressure.